Hey everyone, welcome back to my latest account overview video. Today I'll be showcasing my new 1.1 billion mite solo trap. No, this is not a solo trap. This is a rally lead. This is actually Mayhem's rally lead. Thank you for letting me get on your rally lead here. So it's a little shout out to Mayhem here for letting me use his account for this overview. I've been trying to get on a maxed like Mythic Champ account, but for some reason they don't want to let me on their $200,000 account. I don't know why, but I know why. But anyways, we'll be doing an account review of Mayhem's rally lead account. So he is 1.1 billion mite, pretty much zeroed at this point, but not really. He does have some troops. He does have what's called like 700,000 tier 4 and what is that, like 6 million tier 2, so, and then a little bit of tier 5 and stuff like that. He did end up kind of zeroing himself, doing a bunch of barons and emperors, and then he got rallied while he was offline after doing that. So at one point he had apparently like 4 mil of each tier 4, but he lost a lot of that doing barons and emperors and stuff like that, so he's down to a measly 9 million troops with a upkeep of 0, which is kind of funny because I was on his account. I didn't actually know what was going on. He had his monster hunting gear on. And then I saw that he was like, his hourly upkeep was negative 10 million. So I was like, okay, I'll just throw on his champion legs here, just reduce that by a little bit. And then I put it on here, and it was like, I went to look at his upkeep and it was 0. I was so confused. I was like, oh, apparently the champion put him to 0, but he had already put a negative 50% reduce upkeep thing here. So I didn't realize he had that. I was like, why is the champion legs making his upkeep 0? Anyway, so that's just another story there. That was when I was looking around his account. I was a little confused there. But we'll take a look at the stats and stuff, because that's kind of what you want to see, especially on a rally lead. You do not want to see his monster hunting gear. That's not what you're looking for. So we'll take a look at his sets. So we'll go infantry, range, and then cav. So his infantry set here, he has 552% on the set there. What does he have? 158% infantry HP also on the set, with another 102% army HP. So combined, that's like 260% HP for his infantry on this set. Then he has some army attack on there, another 14% on top of the 552. So that puts at like, what was that? 566% attack on this. And then he has some what's called sigils and stuff on it as well. 179% travel speed boost on this too, but I think that's mostly just on these legs here with the champion jewels, because the champion jewels give crazy travel speed. So the legs are giving him 90% with that champion jewel in there. So really crazy travel speed. Also, it gives you extra HP on there as well, because he's got on one of his cups, he also has another champion jewel. He actually has another champion jewel. I was looking through his jewels that he could actually put in there, another gold one. But yeah, so he's got crazy stats in here. I'll put on the actual thing. And then show you he is not in infantry talents, so keep that in mind when looking at this. Not infantry talents, but he still has 812% infantry attack on this. So I'm not sure how much more you get from the talents. I always forget what the extra boost is. So he doesn't have this one at all. So let's check there. That'd be an extra about 9% there. And then if you go down to the other one here, that gives you an extra, let's say, 6%. So extra 15% on top of that. So he's running like, currently with the jewels in there, he might be able to move it around and get higher attack, obviously. But he's like 827-ish infantry attack. He has 441% range as well. You can see his base stats are actually really high there. That's not like forts and stuff like that. I believe, I'm not sure if he has any forts right now. He has cav attacks forts, so keep that in mind. He's cav attack forts, but otherwise he has no other forts. So his base stats are like, where is it? Go back down here. Okay, so yeah, that's why his cav's at 213. But anyways, his range base stat is 198%. Infantry is 191, and then cav is 25% less than this. But yeah, so it's like, it's under 190, but yeah, just under like 188-ish. But yeah, that's basically from either his familiars or his castle stars. So I'll show you the castle stars too, because these are very important for rally leads, by the way, if you guys are wondering. You can see these things actually give attack stats. So these will go into your base stats. So this gives 6% cav and 6% range. This one gives 6% and 6% as well. These are 10 and 10, so I think all these are 10 and 10, yeah. So if you get them up to max here, it's 10 and 10, and he has a bunch of these. I'm not sure what this one gives. Oh, range and range HP, and this one is cav defense, so it's not as good. But yeah, so that's what the Castle Stars do for you. They give you better base stats. That's why when a Mythic Champ Max Castle Stars guy hits you without his leader, it hurts so much. It's because his base stats are so high. So it's really important for a good rally lead like this Mayhem to have really good, what's called attack stat, or yeah, base Castle Stars as well as the attack stats on his gear and stuff like that. So yeah, you can see his army HP is 431. He does have an Alter Boost on. That's why his army attack is really high as well, and his army defense. He's got like 51 days on his... that's not it. That's a battle hall. Altar here. He's got 51 days on his altars, so he's got lots of time on that. And obviously, if you're a huge account, you can get much more time on that because you can shield, or you can not shield when you go offline. Currently, he has to shield because he's doing a troop rebuild. So if you're going to find him later on, he's not going to have this little troops. He just has that right now while he's rebuilding. He's switching over to Manners right now, so he'll do that. Switch back to and build up his troops. So his troop comp, not a really big important thing. Like I said, we'll just go through the gear. So that was his infantry. We'll go through his range now. So his range is at 531 range. He's got 150% range HP on that as well. And then he's got 78% range HP or army HP on top of that. So a little less army HP, a little bit more range attack. Yeah, so that's his gear there. You can see he's got champion jewels, gold jewels. He's got monster jewels as well. What the heck is that jewel? Oh, that's a royal range jewel. Okay, I was like, that's a jewel I haven't seen before. Yeah, so that's something you get from doing, is it Baron or Emperor? Maybe it's both. But that's for getting kills and stuff during that. It's not like a Baron, or it's not like a Baron jewel. It's like for the ones you get for killing troops during the Baron and Emperor, I believe. So he's got a purple one of that, and I believe he has 2 extra blue ones. So he's been working on that. It takes obviously a lot of troops to get those jewels and stuff like that. But yeah, so that's his range set there. We'll take a look. We'll apply that. Take a look what his stats are like that. Remember, stats will be higher if he was in his actual talents, but currently not in talent, so we'll add about 10% on there. So he's probably like 818 range for that. So I believe his cav's going to look really good just because, again, he's got the fort for that one, but he doesn't have the forts for the range or the infantry, so his stats are over 800% on both as well. Again, he's got 473 infantry and then 313 cav just in his range blast set, which is crazy anyways. And then, yeah, so he's got 407 army HP, a little bit less army HP when he's in his range. Better HP while he's in his infantry, so he's probably better at blasting with that. Better chance of getting a walk back and stuff like that. Also, he has higher attack stats in infantry, so if his infantry is better overall on this, but he still has really good range. Not shabby at all, over 800% on this one too. Then he's got the army debuffs as well, because that's from his research. We'll take a actually look at research before we go on to his cav. So like any good rally lead, you need to have good research, so we've got to find it. So he's maxed out this one, obviously that's for tier 5. Look at wonder battles. He's maxed out wonder battles, so he can go into the wonder and battle it out as much as he wants. He can do Baron and whatever other wonder wars and stuff like that, so he's max march cap and all that. He's got sigils. He's maxed his sigils as well, so you get a bunch of extra attack and stuff during that. Battle fury and stuff as well, so well in battle fury gets a bunch extra stats as well. So I'm not sure if he'll have to actually go into Battle Fury to get those stats while doing that. So he obviously has way higher stats than I'm even showing right now, because if he was in Battle Fury, he'd get these extra stats as well. So that's really cool, actually. I didn't actually know about those ones. I guess I don't actually go through the trees very much because they're not really useful for traps and stuff like that. But yeah, then he has his sigils. Again, familiar infantry and stuff like that. What is this? Oh, that's cool. Okay, these I didn't even know about these too. So apparently you get extra stats as well. I guess I've never read these before. So increases infantry check when familiars are deployed. So that's actually really cool. Obviously a lot of what's called might for these ones, but that's really cool as well. So you get extra army attack, extra that when the familiars are deployed. So even gets extra on that as well. So that's something crazy, but that's why your base stat, that's why these leaderless max accounts do so much damage, because they got all these extra stats in these familiar battles. For some reason, I don't even know about these ones, but I knew about the other ones, like, where is it? Which one is he working on right now? Like these Furious Offense, so increases army attack and battle fury. I knew about these ones, but I did not know about the other ones. So all these extra stats are actually crazy. Apparently, when he goes into battle fury, he gets like 30% more attack. It's interesting. I didn't know that, or even more than that. And then he has, yeah, these extra army attacks, extra army defenses. I think these ones, yeah. Weakens, and yeah, these are the debuffs you get as well as a rally lead. So it's actually weakening the other person who you're going against. So if you're attacking, let's say, a trap or something like that, you actually weaken their army attack, defense, and HP with these ones. So that's really cool too. Obviously, it's just got like all these are maxed. So all these things are maxed. He gets extra attack, he gets extra defense and stuff, and extra HP when attacking. And once he goes in Battle Fury, he gets like 30% or 40% extra stats while in Battle Fury. I'm not sure if it says that on his Battle Fury, but yeah, apparently these are all the stats he gets when he goes into Battle Fury. So usually when you go into Battle Fury, you get 5% army attack. When he goes into Battle Fury, he gets all of these. He gets an extra 10% army attack and 15% army HP, 10% attack across the board. Then he gets extra HP and defense. So he gets like 10% of each. Plus he gets army attack. So I guess it's technically 20% of each. And then 25% HP. So he gets 20% attack of each, and then he gets 25% what's called army HP, and then it looks like 23% army or just defense as well. So that's an extra 25% or 20% attack, 25% HP, and 23% army defense once he goes in the Battle Fury. So that's all the stats. That's not something you usually see when you look at your thing. Unless you're a rally lead, then you'll see that. So that's kind of cool to see. It's learning something new, because again, I'm not usually on accounts like this that are completely max. So we'll go over this. We'll go back into the last one, which will be his Cav attack. So this will be his last set. Again, full mythic. No mythic champ on this one, but I guess that's kind of how Cav sets go. We'll take a look at the actual stats on this one. So he's got 506 attack on his Cav, a little bit lower than the other two again. Let's see, 122% army HP, so I think that's a little bit higher than the range. But he gets 136% Cav. So his HP is closer to his infantry on this one. Attack is lower, but it will actually look higher because he has his he has a fort on this, so his base stats are even higher in this, but he still doesn't quite break the 800% mark, unless, like I said, he will be over 800% if he's in blast set. So again, you have to add another like 15%, so he'll be around 813% Cav when he's not in Battle Fury, and then his stats will go up another 20% once he goes in Battle Fury. So, and then again, he's debuffing your attack as well. So he's technically doing even more damage. So yeah, so he's got 451% army HP in his Cav, and his Cav HP is 328. So combined, that's like 700 and what is that? 780% HP combined with his army HP there. And then obviously, if you have the army attack on there, it adds another 225%. So you're technically hitting over 1,000% on these attacks. I know when people look at their blast, they're only looking at their Cav attack, but you should really add in the army attack, because it is part of your attack. Like you don't have army attack on there, and also it takes away from your blast. It actually adds to your blast. So you should be combining your army attack and your Cav attack when you're talking about stats, but people only focus on these. And he does actually have a mixed two if he ever does take a rally, which he has taken a rally because he was offline and they got his scouts and all that, but he wasn't set up to take a rally at the time. But he does have a mix set just in case there's a rally party going on and he wants to take a rally as well. So this is a mix set. We'll take a look at his stats as well on the mix set. Like I said, it's not the most important thing because he is a rally lead, so the mix set is not crazy. If anything, if I was going to take a rally on an account like this, I'd build a bunch of infantry, and then bait in, let's say, Cav gear or something, or yeah, Cav gear, and then Cav Phalanx, and let them get your scouts saying you're in Cav, and then switch over to your infantry, and then switch on your infantry gear and take like 15 rallies in it, because you could do that actually with like an 800% blast or whatever it is. Just sit in that with all the extra infantry HP and all that. But anyway, so his actual mix set here is 559 infantry, 524 range, and then 516 cav. We are in mixed setup, so that's kind of why the stats are like this. And then he has got 526% army HP, which is insane. So that's really good. And then obviously he's got lower let's call it infantry range and cav HPs, just because it's in a mix set, but his army HP on this makes it up for it. He's got 526, which is crazy. And then, yeah, his army attack and army defense, they're 267, 218%. So really, really cool account and everything. Crazy stats. We'll take a look at the actual mix set gear and stuff like that. So it's like, what has he got in there? He's got 299 infantry, 248 range, and 224 cav, with almost 200% army HP on the mix set there, with 42% army attack as well. So really cool. So that boosts all his stats up as well. So, and 190% travel speed, which obviously doesn't make sense for a mix set, because you're not going to be attacking in mix. it's for defending. So, but that's just because he got the champion jewels in there, and he's got the champion boots, which give you crazy movement speed. So yeah, that's everything for his gear. I'm just going to switch him into, that's familiars. Where's this farming? That's speed up. Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Why does this resource thing speed up? I guess he's switched them around. Just put on his food gear, so he's making some food while doing this. Because I did have him in. Actually, I think he wants to do monster hunting, so I'll throw him in his monster hunting gear. Sorry, but I'm just like confused. Which the one, he's got so many of these. I don't have so many. I'm just going to put that and then that, just so he's food positive while doing this. Oh, so yeah, so that we'll take a look at his familiars. So now that we've gone over his gear, we'll take a look at his familiars. He does have tier 5 familiars. He's got the Huey Hops here. Brutal Bunny is max. This is for infantry. He obviously has a better infantry set, so he's probably going to have more infantry setup, because, like I said, this is ranged, actually. This is the tier 5 ranged. And then he has also, which one's this one? This was the infantry. So he has double tier 5 infantry here, both maxed. Again, these things do give attack too, so if you're ever going to be getting these, you can actually level up these to get the extra base attacks. So that's also why his base stats are higher, is familiars, plus castle stars, and then research as well. So his is a little bit higher than yours would be, just because he's got that. Unless you're also a rally lead, then you probably have the same stats. Helldrider does not have a what's called skill, but it does have the prison break, which allows your hero to escape. And you also have the that one gives random troops. That's actually pretty cool. And this one is the Hellfire. Where's the Hellfire Spirit, right? Which one gives the Helldrider, right? Okay, whatever. I don't know. I'm pretty sure that gives you the Blackwing. No, it's Blackwing. Sorry, I'm stupid. It gives you the black. Of course, the Helldrider doesn't give you the Blackwing. Sorry, I was thinking of something else. That allows you to get your what's called leader back with the passive. That's the one that does that. And then you have these ones which actually shield your army, which is really good actually. And then it gives you the payday and stuff like that. But what the other really good ones are the Griffins. Obviously, it gives you the army attack, the 200% army attack for 10 seconds, and then you have your stacking ones, the Trickster, the Gemming Gremlin. They all give the what's called once your troops have fallen, it gives you an extra 100% attack. And then Goblin is the other one. So, and then he is missing a couple tier 5 familiars. Blackwing is there. He is currently getting that one. I guess I'm not sure why is it so low, I guess. But he does have the Hellfire here that just kills troops. That's the Blackwing familiar that makes it when you hit someone, they don't get any wounded. It's just all reds. That's the one that you do not want to get hit by, because it fills the infirmaries with just nothing. And then he hasn't got that yet. He is still working on that, I guess. It's because his cav is a little lower. This is range, actually. He doesn't have any cav ones. Apparently he doesn't really have any cav stuff. He is working on his range and infantry. I guess he'll work on his cav after, but he does have some really good familiars there. He can go range or infantry, and obviously he can go cav. He just doesn't have the tier 5 familiars for that one. And then we'll take a look at his heroes. Heroes are the other thing, obviously, you want to look at. He's got a bunch of them. These ones are just for wonder battles and stuff. Just allows you to increase your coalition size. And then than the other ones. He doesn't have any 11k heroes, a bunch of attacking heroes, but yeah, a bunch of pay-to-play heroes in here. I don't have to go through all of them. You know what these ones are. What is Dawn is the other one, or yeah, so he's got a bunch of Wonder Army ones, which is really good for attacking the Wonders, so obviously rally lead stuff, and then army attack heroes if you want, but you'll be using them in blasts and stuff like that. So he, like I said, he's not going to be defending usually unless he's in a wonder, I guess. Going mix in a wonder, but usually you go blast in a wonder anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little overview. I went through all the stats on it. I went through his basically his research, his base stats, all that stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing this kind of overview. If you do, hit a like on this video. It really helps out the channel and all that. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video.